I've got to start out by talking to the delegates. When I first came on board in the early 80s here, these meetings were about as raucous as you could think of. People making points, screaming, hollering, and then going home and doing nothing. We've really come a long way. I think that some of my opening remarks may be even as important or more important today. At the end of this meeting, gather my people to my home, Hellenism and the Greek Orthodox Church. We have an inherited legacy that relates to the fact that America was spawned by the very foundation of Hellenism in Orthodoxy. As a distinguished professor recently stated, the Greek classics exerted a profound influence on the founders of the United States. The Greeks provided mixed government theory, the principal basis for the U.S. Constitution, and the theory of natural law that supports the U.S. Bill of Rights. The Greek classics also contributed a great deal to the founders' concept of human nature, their understanding of the nature and purpose of virtue, and their appreciation of society's essential role in its production. The classics offered the founders a companionship, solace, and the emotional resources necessary for coping with the deaths, disasters so common in the era. They provided the founders with a sense of identity and purpose, assuring them that their exertions were part of a grand universal scheme. In short, the Greek classics supplied a large portion of the founders' intellectual tools. For over 4 generations, the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of America and its parishes have been the first to introduce and celebrate new members of all ages into our faith and community. Whether through baptisms, weddings, or weekly services, as well as offer spiritual guidance and support, the Church is still the primary place where different generations of Greeks, Greek Americans, and many non-Greeks coalesce for religious and educational and cultural and social purposes. There is an inextricable link between the Greek concept of higher education and its relationship to Orthodox Christianity and to democracy, and to the foundation upon which our nation was built. The values of Hellenism and classical Greece are still evident in our country's democracy. However, as time passes and modern life becomes more complicated, it seems as if the people and society as a whole are having a harder time connecting to God. On a macro level, our local and national ministries continue to enlighten, educate, and promote an understanding through and an Orthodox faith, the Hellenic culture, the relation of the two to each other, and to America's multicultural landscape. In many ways, our clergy and laity are our ambassadors of Orthodoxy and Hellenism, preserving our legacy, our faith and values to our community, to future generations, and to people of all other cultural and religious backgrounds, despite many contemporary challenges. On a more personal level, local ministries have a great influence on our individual identity, our character, and therefore our role as enlightened Christian Orthodox citizens. Today, when we look around at the world outside our door, more than ever, there seems to be an urgent need for the spiritual enlightenment and guidance, namely love, unity, peace, and justice, values of the very core of Orthodoxy, cultural legacy, and at the foundation of our great nation. I repeat this because, and I repeated a lot of these points because perhaps this is the basis for the clarion call, bring my people to my home. Thank you.